Smuts is down. West and Fredman in Central Sandton still down. Rivonia and Summit a problem as well in that part of Morningside routing into Sandton. The crash in Pretoria, N1 South at Linwood Road. Just watch, there's some delays coming down the highway. Just back to Joburg, Kaya Sand. There's been a crash out at Malabongwe and River, so coming through towards Randburg, likely to be held up as well. Cape Town, just a warning about the rain that continues. Day 2 of rain across Cape Town. It will be wet, it will be slippery, dangerous at speed, so, and it will be just very, very busy and very slow. When it rains in Cape Town, extra traffic volume, and that just extends the delay, so go as early as you can. Get away earlier than you possibly, or as you possibly can, just to counteract the slowness if you want to avoid the worst of the traffic this morning. Just back to Gauteng, the N14, the roadworks we tell you about coming out of Krugersdorp, already queuing, going through Pinehaven, really busy, R28 into Pinehaven, onto the N14 through the Mulder Strip, just one lane open as you head towards Pretoria. Rob Byrne, First Avenue Traffic.
They say behind every successful man, there's a woman. Here's to the ladies who are not afraid to take the lead.
I'm going to kill it today. I'm going to go get it.
Metro FM. Ladies first. Ladies first.
24 minutes after 6 on First Avenue. It's the weekend of... You know, I've never been to the Loeries.
King Kunta. Neither have I.
Never,
King Kunta.
ever.
Neither have I, Louis. Neither have I.
Where do they happen?
Rumor has it.
Do they
happen. No, well, it's a KZN Affair.
Oh, okay.
It's a KZN Affair. Rumor has it they're going to be in Margate this year.
Oh, Margate.
Rumor has it
is an...
Yes, rumor has it is an all-African affair. And rumor has it it is the biggest weekend when it comes to advertising and marketing and those kind of, accolades.
Yeah, celebrating the best in creativity, but obviously there's always controversy.
Indeed. And that's why we've got Newa Mashigo, who's the chairman of the Loeries, on the line just to tackle, some of those big black elephants in the room.
Yeah, an elephant, yeah.
Yeah, Newa.
Good morning.
Welcome to MetroFM.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for agreeing to having this awkward conversation with us.
Onati.
Hello, Papa.
Your rumor mill is giving you incorrect information.
Tell me about it.
Durban. They're in Durban, not in Margate. They were in Margate about 7 years ago.
I must act like I don't know, sir.
Yeah. In Durban, on the beachfront.
Oh, my gosh. So are you going to misbehave? Because, there's a rumor mill that there's always a lot of misbehaving here, Louis.
You can't help it but misbehave.
Stop it, sir. Stop it. So when will we be invited?
You have to try it. You should come.
I would love to try it. So when are you going to invite us? When are we going to get to experience the magnificence?
You were always invited.
Oh,
everyone is invited. All you have to do is buy tickets and come to the Loeries.
And accept your invitation.
To the Loeries, especially people who are in our industry self.
Oh, thank you so much, Now. There's, but we have to obviously get awkward and get very uncomfortable and call a spade a spade. A lot of people are unhappy. Thank you. A lot of people are unhappy with, the perception of black people in advertising. A very confidential discussion that was had here at the SABC, and obviously we've got to do numbers, and obviously you guys deal with numbers. MetroFM features in the top 3 biggest radio stations in South Africa. The top 3, Ukhozi, KZN and MetroFM are the top 3 in terms of numbers. But only MetroFM features in the top 3 with regards to the income that's being had, so the profit that we make. So with regards to the profit, MetroFM features, but Ukhozi and KZN don't, and they're replaced by your Highveld, and I can't remember what the third one is, but it's all the Prime Media Group. So the big boss, one of the big bosses was explaining to us that advertisers do not trust the translation process and lose the control when it comes to that, even though that they know that the biggest markets are those featuring our traditional languages or let's say indigenous languages. We feel that it's disproportionate and there's a disconnect here. Is it? Are you feeling the same on the other side of the advertising pool, where you give us the money?
Yes, I think your analysis is correct, and the reason for that, in my personal opinion, I think as black people we are to blame.
Oh wow! Tell us more.
I think the black consumer is too tame. We accept conditions that we don't like, and we go ahead and we just continue like nothing is wrong, and we don't vote with our money.
Very, very interesting. I think like Una has indicated, I think being on radio for so many years, I've realized that it doesn't matter whether Metro has 7 million listeners or not. You'd find that we don't play certain ads on the station, and my thought has always been maybe it's because the people who control the industry, the budget and the money are on the other side. Say, for instance, it's white people who probably don't even listen to Ukhozi, Metro FM, and other so-called black radio stations. Hence, maybe we need more black people to play a role or a major role in the advertising industry, so that they can be there to help and to advise and guide.
Yes, that's also correct. But I think you can have as many black people as you want on the other side, but if they don't have the influence and the backing of the consumer, then there is no reason to change. You only change if you're seeing a dent in your numbers. So the client will change, will force the media agency to buy in the right stations if the consumer is changing behavior in terms of how they purchase. If they continue to buy your product, whether you treat them bad or not, there's no reason to change. So
that's such a reality check now. So how do we then change the mentality and socialize the South African consumer who does not understand the amount of power they carry in their pocket? How do we incentivize them and empower them to, as you were saying, buy with their pockets or not buy with their pockets?
I think it's continuing to have these kind of conversations where we as black people, we realize that things changes unless you make a change. So if we start behaving like the Jewish community, for instance, do one small thing in the Jewish community wrong, the whole community stands out and lets you know that thing is wrong. And they won't just talk about it, they'll act on it. So if you say something bad about the Jewish community, they'll react. The Muslim community is the same. So they vote as a group, and they'll let you know what they will take and what they won't take, what they appreciate and what they won't appreciate. But we were willing to sacrifice too much in terms of what we accept. So I think we are too tame, and the marketers want home. If we are fine to say, okay, if you just give us everything in English, all the ads will remain, TV ads will remain in English. If we are fine to say, okay, Metro FM will be that one place where all the black people seen as all the black people with money will buy, it will be fine. So if like the car brands are not seeing black people say they want to be represented in those car ads and speaking in their own languages or talking about issues that pertain to their own lives. So if they won't be advertising on Mhlobo Wenene, if the people who are driving 4x4s and double cab cars who are Xhosa speaking are not saying why aren't we in the ads, but continue to buy the cars and drive and go home to Japan, to PE and everywhere. You go there, you see double cabs are driven by black people, but you never see an ad with them.
Yeah, so, we hear you.
If we make our voices heard, then the change is going to happen.
Change gonna come in the
very right?
It is, and also for me it's wonderful to not have someone who's apologetic.
No, he's not apologetic, so people need to be vocal.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mashigo.
When you see someone dancing on an ad, you must complain. Then that ad will be taken off.
But you shall dance in the next 5 minutes. You're undermining the whole course here. You are undermining our whole cause this morning. Melanie, this is my serious voice now. Melanie, this is not an advert. Because you must jive and got to the last. You must dance as if you're going to lose. 6:32, we can't wait. But since we're doing a sound check, ladies and gentlemen, believe it. It's the Avenue Block Party.
Metro FM News. Metro FM News.
In the news this morning, at least 10 people have been killed after a minibus taxi hit a stationary truck on the N1 near Kranskop Toll Plaza outside Bella Bella in Limpopo. And 2 massive explosions have ripped through an industrial area near the northeastern Chinese port of Tianjin. I'll have details on these stories at 7.
Metro FM News. For a dose of honey. Owen Honey.